Greetings my peeps and peepettes, and I told you I'd be back with another exciting video review here at the reviewing station Spotlight. And today we're going to be taking a look at the very first action figure to come out of the brand new Transformers / Generation / Studio series, and it is none other than what everyone else has reviewed and had complications with. Hopefully mine will be different, but it's Bumblebee. As if we ain't had enough Bumblebees as it is. So anyway, let's just go ahead and get it out of the way. Here is the packaging as per take of every single video review on this channel, and it is very collector friendly and it looks very good. This is really good packaging, I'm not gonna lie. And unlike the last video review, this window packaging here is pretty durable. This feels good. This feels really good. It doesn't feel like paper, it feels like thick cardboard. It's that good. Thank you, Hasbro. Thank you. Anyway, let's take a look at the picture of Bumblebee here, which is very nice. I love this artwork. Very cool. I dig it. It's very nice. It's definitely Bumblebee from his 1976 Chevy Camaro car concept, which does look really good. Hopefully I got the year right. Sometimes I seem to forget. Anyway, somebody will let me know down below. So we got Bumblebee, Autobot logo, ages 8 and plus. Hasbro's logo, and on the top you get Takara's logo. Going back down, we've got Transformers, letting you know that this is the very first movie, 2007, not the anime movie back in 1986, I believe. So anyway, we do have Transformers going to the top with the Misaligned Generations logo right there. Love it. Okay, so on the side here, there's a nice work of Bumblebee again, this very cool artwork in its complete form, or as much as they can fit on the side here, which does look good. And right here we got another open window concept here where you can actually see an Autobot logo sticking out, which looks pretty good. I like that. It's a nice touch. So anyway, on to this side here. Here's basically where everyone's going to display their boxes on the side right here. So here's Bumblebee yet again, Studio Series, trademark. See that? There you go. Number 1. There you have it. On the back here, and here's Bumblebee in his robot mode, Bumblebee in his Chevy Camaro mode, and here's 22 steps of transformation, just to let you know. Right here is some information, big screen inspired scale, detail, and backdrop. Wow, that's nice. Okay, so Transformers, Autobot logo, Bumblebee, and apparently he comes with the police chase scenery. Right. So anyway, down here, Bumblebee faces off with Decepticons to protect his human friends. There you have that. Other figures available in Series 1 is Stinger, or should I say Decepticon Stinger. Then you got Crowbar and Autobot Ratchet. And there's a look at the backdrop that's included with this set. So there you have that. Not much else to really show off here, so let's go ahead and put this packaging away very gently. Oh, wait, there is one more thing. Yeah, someone was going to mention it, so I'm going to bring it up. Even if my camera doesn't want to focus in on it, I'm not so sure why that is. There's a lot going on here. There you go. There's the authentic Transformers logo to let you know, as a reminder, that if it doesn't say authentic, it's a knockoff. And that's coming from both Hasbro and Takara Tomy. There you go. Alright, so here's Bumblebee. Lower the camera so you can see said action figure we're reviewing today. And before we take a look at the action figure, we do have a few things we need to look at. First of all, here's the instructions, which does look good. I like the red highlight in the background. That's very nice. Very cool. So if you open it up, you do get all the information that you could ask for to get the transformation down from robot mode to vehicle mode. And as you can see, it is pretty clear. Doesn't seem to be any complications whatsoever at seeing any of this, so I do appreciate that. Here are the other figures available. You also have some information here in regards to things popping off here and there, which is supposed to, so you don't throw your figure around or smash it with a hammer. Alright, so with that out of the way, let's go ahead and get to Bumblebee now. Because we'll take a look at the backdrop later on, alright? I might save that for the last part of this video. So, here he is in his 1976 Chevy Camaro car concept, and it looks really good. And as you can see, he does have some kibble here in the form of his weapon, which you can remove. Simple enough, but you can also peg it in on the back like it's meant to be in the storage mode. And it kind of looks like a winch, doesn't it? Kinda. At least it does to me. So anyway, let's go ahead and remove that. Alright, so looks good. He has his taillights painted in red. He does have his headlights painted in a very nice blue, kind of all-spark color blue, if you know what I mean. You got your racing stripe here. Nothing here, clearly, because it wasn't there in the movie anyway. And you do have some painted hubcaps, but then again, let me go ahead and correct myself, because I really think that this gray plastic here is just that, gray plastic, and the tires are actually painted over in black. So, yeah, there, I corrected myself. So, anyway, maybe this isn't coming out too well, but the doors are a very bright yellow when compared to the actual plastic color of the figure. Of course, it's Hasbro, but you also got to put at fault this time Takara Tomy, because there's not a thing they can do about it with this dual branding thing going on now. So, yeah, it's a partnership that you're just going to have to deal with, because Takara, you're going to get the same thing. Alright, so it's not bad. I mean, I've seen worse. Then again, I'm not saying that this is worse at all. This is actually really good. This feels really good in my hands. It's small, but for some reason, it just feels right to me. So anyway, let's do a side-by-side comparison. So here's his previous action figure form, which is Transformers The Last Knight Bumblebee in his 2017 Chevy Camaro concept, which does look good. And of course, he's got his blaster on the side here for weapon storage. So, you know, for what they are, not too bad, especially since this is quite evolved from this mold here. You know, for what it is, I mean, it's quite the difference maker already as it is. So the way that they actually made this into his old car mode from what was this originally is, it's amazing. I can't believe that this is, this just, the way it turned out, it's so good. It looks great. It really does. I know some people would really want some battle damage going on here or some worn look to this vehicle form because that's the way it turned out in the movie anyway. But I'm fine with it. I like clean vehicles. They just look better that way, just to my eye. So anyway, there's not much else to really say because clearly you can't do much in this mode except roll him around if you want. As long as you've got enough friction, that is, this being a very smooth platform here, and it's not really going to roll too well. But the wheels do roll, okay, as they are. Not much else to say here. So what do you say we go ahead and transform this guy into his robot mode? So first of all, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to untab the front wheels. Just to get this out of the way. Alright. So with that out of the way, let's go ahead and untab the doors here. And take this back section with it as well, because that happens to be his lower wings. Just untab them. Like so. Get your finger under there. Pull like that. There we go. Okay, so with that taken care of, come down here and pop out his arms. The transformation is pretty similar to the Last Knight version, and that will happen because if you haven't figured out just yet, this is actually an alternate hand that can be replaced with his blaster, so there's the reason. Okay, so anyway, that's gonna happen. Just let it happen. So anyway, pop that up. Now move these out of the way now that you have some clearance. Try and get this turn this way. This one would be much easier because there's no hindrance whatsoever with the arm replaced. So let's go ahead and now pull them out. They're on the double hinge. Rotate. And then flip out the hand. Do the same back here on this one. Rotate. And you would flip out the hand if it were attached. Funny. Alright, so now that that's taken care of, what you want to do next is you're pretty much starting with the top section of the body. So let's go ahead and untab this grill section here. Should untab from the headlights like that. And of course it flipped out of my hand, but that's okay. Nothing detached. See, everything's still together except for, you know. Alright. So let's go ahead and angle this up just a little bit. So as you can see, that all just came undone. Very nice. Good that this didn't come undone here. So we'll worry about this in a minute. Now that we got all this detached from the front section, see how it is now? Let's go ahead and work with this back section here and create the feet. So first and foremost, you want to untab the back part like so. Split apart, make the legs. Come around this section here, and if this is pegged in, I don't actually recall if this is a tab or a peg. Let's just go ahead and rotate it. It's actually a tab that goes back behind here. So again, on this side here, do the same. Rotate it all the way. Forgot to do that all the way. Untab the feet from his hips like so. Okay. Next, flip these, his knee guards, I guess. And then next thing you want to do is get this to actually come out like so. It's obviously is going to rotate with it, so leave it like that. Rotate down, rotate, and then push in on the pin here, so you're creating the feet. Rotate the clear plastic like so. There you go. Rotate this up. There's a leg. Let's do all that again if it wasn't confusing enough, especially with me just stuttering there for a second. So again, same thing. Rotate all this, fold that out, bring that in carefully because it is clear plastic, and as you know, it can be brittle over time. Tab in, go, rotate up like so, and notice nothing actually came undone here. See, pretty good. Thought I had that hand flipped out, maybe I didn't. Alright, so anyway, now that we got all that taken care of, what we're gonna do now is bring this out again, and then we're gonna bring it down. There's actually this hole here, and there's a tab right there, and of course if you have the last night version of Bumblebee, then this again is pretty much one and the same. Go ahead and rotate these chest bits here just to give them a little dynamic look to them like so. There we go. Alright, so now the part that everyone has trouble with is getting the roof to fold in without coming undone. Same thing with the windshield here. Get that to come down as well. Making clearance here can be a little bit of some trouble, but there's actually a groove right here where it's going to go right into this tab right here where my finger is actually pointing at. So just give it a good push. It should tab right in there like so. It doesn't stay in there too well, but it does keep its place. Let's put it that way. So it's good enough. Next thing is to untab the lower section of his wings here and bring them down. Pop it. This one is actually pretty tight, so just bring that down like so. Okay, then pretty much just readjust everything to your liking here. And again, if it happened to you, well actually, you know, I just realized something. It actually came off on the elbow joint. See, the part that's supposed to come out didn't really come out. Again, it's mysterious why it did that, but I guess it's just A little bit of some poor quality here, but not too bad. Just got to get that to rotate and get that pop back in there real quickly. So, yeah, what you want to do is when you go to remove this thing is you want to put your thumb right here and you want to pinch and then pull, like so. You pinch this and you pull with your other hand. So what you want to do in order to get that back on is, depending on how tight it can be on yours, mine's is pretty easy. It just really slides in there with no problem. So that's if you're going about replacing the hand for his actual blaster. So other than that, sorry to just get away from the transformation like that, but there you go. That's it. There's Bumblebee. And as you saw throughout the whole transformation process, except for this arm here, I really had no problems whatsoever transforming this guy. Some things got caught here and there, but other than that, I mean, I think I did pretty good. Yeah, I'm just getting carried away, but you don't want to hear me ramble about that kind of stuff. You just want me to show off the figure and do a side-by-side comparisons with the last figure incarnation. So, here you go. So anyway, here's a look at Bumblebee with Bumblebee, the last incarnation Bumblebee, from being the last night, and here's 2007 Bumblebee. And for being the same figure in a way, except for quite the extent of retooling here, the way that they actually got this figure to scale down is amazing. It's just like, it's not even the same figure in a way. The transformation's one and the same, because I just went through the whole process, and it pretty much is exactly the same way as you would transform this one. So in a way, it's like, it's amazing. It's just incredible. I can't give this figure enough praise, to tell you the truth. I really do like this Bumblebee, and this one here is still pretty good. I still dig this one. I like him. I like both my Bumblebees. They're both awesome. So I know people have had trouble with this guy from coming apart on him plenty of times, but as you can see, as I've proven here, that does not transfer to every single Bumblebee figure. This would be the real problem with a lot of people, but I guess I got lucky, because this actually stays in placement pretty good. This clear plastic here doesn't pop off. The roof of the car doesn't pop off. It stays in place just fine. So anyway, enough about that. Let's go ahead and get to the articulation on the figure. So he does have the basics as the last night figure. It's a ball jointed head. You do have ball jointed shoulders. You've got a single jointed elbow that does actually have an upper swivel here to make up with the fact there's no bicep swivel. The hand can fold in and out due to transformation. You do have a waist swivel joint here, which is nice. You do have ball jointed legs. You get this much movement forward, this much going back. You do get your JCVD split, as you can see. You do have a thigh swivel cut there. Single jointed knees. Does look like double jointed, but it's single jointed. The way that works is nice. And then you've got a hinge joint for up and down movement here at the feet. And you do have an ankle rocker pivot, but just like the last night Bumblebee figure, it's the opposite direction, making it look like he broke his foot. But yeah, I really do like this Bumblebee. So far, so good. I really am impressed with the Studio Series figures. I want to call them Movie Studio Series for some reason, but I guess it doesn't matter. Anyway, let's rotate him real quickly so you can get a good, very good. Yeah, I said it like that. My tongue just slipped. How unprofessional of me. But yeah, here's a good look at the back of the figure. And yes, there's quite a bit of kibble here, but it's to be expected. Especially for this size. He's much smaller now. And there's really not much that they could do when it comes to actually hiding the parts here. I mean, if it's there, it's there because of the size. Now, if he were a bigger Bumblebee figure, like, let's say, Masterpiece size, then yeah, clearly they could have found other ways around. But as it stands here, this is a really good Bumblebee figure. It's very cool. And it's just, I really do like this. So, let's go ahead and show it off because I have to anyway, even though I did mention it. Let's remove this. Give him his blaster here. Let's see if this will actually go in very easy. I've only done this one time here, and I can't even see what I'm doing here, actually. And just bear with me for 1 second as I go about getting this aligned just right. There we go. That wasn't hard at all. There we go. So as you can see, You got Bumblebee with his blaster. The only thing he's missing is his battle mask. But when he was this car, I don't think he had the battle mask at all. So it kind of makes sense that the figure doesn't have the battle mask. But then again, I don't think he actually had the arm cannon either. Still though, nice detail on it. Look at that. I like the paint job on this. It's very shiny silver here. Kind of Chromex a little bit. I like that. It makes the figure pop. Especially those baby blues. I really like that. And I like the Autobot symbol right there. That very tiny Autobot symbol right there. That's a nice touch. It's a really cool action figure. I really like this figure. And I love the fact that his hips are pretty tight. That's nice. Very good quality on my release, at least. I'm really digging this Bumblebee. So, okay, now that the figure is all said and done, let's go ahead and talk about what is a little bit of a drawback to this series. And I get it. I get it. I understand what Hasbro's doing here. So, what we got is a backdrop for your figures for displaying them. And again, this is the police chase scenery, as it's called. But it looks like that refinery from when Bumblebee was singing off that signal into the sky for the other Autobots to come land on Earth, pretty much like that. It's made out of a very thick cardboard, so it will survive a few hits here and there. I don't know why you would hit it, but I mean, if it's a thing you do, then by all means, more power to you. As you can see, you got the Misaligned Generations logo right here on the side, so I'm just pointing that out. There's that Autobot symbol that you would actually see in the window side of the packaging. See? So that's that right there. And it does say number 1 to let you know that, hey, it's still keeping count that this is Bumblebees here. Oh, and it also says Transformers the movie right there. And there's also the authentic Transformers logo, once again letting you know that if it doesn't say authentic, this here is a knockoff. But I don't think it would really make a big difference. But anyway, let's go ahead and put the figure on here now and just see the overall presence that this has to offer. Not too bad. I'm going to give it a thumbs up here. I mean, it's silly, but hey, for what it is, it does look good, and you're not really going to do anything with it outside of displaying it, so it's not going to get torn up or anything unless you're storing it away without the actual package here. This is good. I really do like this. I like this whole set. I love this. I just love it. It's Bumblebee. I really shouldn't, but hey, it's a guilty pleasure to say, at long last, there's something I can truly love out here, and it's Transformers, the freaking movie figures, because they really have impressed. Hasbro has done a great job so far. I commend them for this. It's very nice to have a new collection of movie figures that I can really say, these are nice, that I would love to display in my curio cabinet to replace my Power Rangers Legacy collection. It's a must-have for me. It'll be a must-have for you. Definitely, definitely good. Paint job, it's not premium, but I will say it's enough to satisfy your needs, and I do thank Hasbro for everything that they have to offer with this. On to the next figure. So, questions, comments, do hit it down below in the comment section of the video. If you like this video review, hit the thumbs up button. I truly recommend it. If you haven't already, don't forget to sub up if you want to see other Transformer movie/studio series reviews from yours here at the reviewing station. Until then, this is the Unprofessional Toy Reviewer, Red's Power, sign off saying thank you very much for watching this, and I'll see you whenever you see me. Well, I'm sure somebody actually thought about this, but hey, I'm going to beat you to it. Anyway, there is actually weapon storage for Bumblebee if you want to. There's a peg right there. As you can see, it's not actually painted with the weapon. That can actually go into this hole right here on the back of his butt, just like the Last Night Bumblebee. Again, it's pretty much one and the same. There's not much of a difference. It still looks as goofy as it did before, but hey, it's an action figure, so with that, I'm gonna let it slide. Now, if this was a movie masterpiece figure, then there'd be something to actually complain about here, but other than that, sweet figure, I dig it. Can't get enough of this Bumblebee. Sadly though, it's time to move on to the next figure, so I'll see you then.